recently read about Google's Project Aristotle. It was a massive 2-year study where they looked at 180 of their teams and examined over 250 plus attributes to understand what made their best performing teams so successful. And I was shocked at the results. It wasn't having highly skilled people with fancy degrees making the teams so successful. Although that was one of the contributing factors, the number one predictor of high-performing teams was psychological safety. The belief that you won't be punished for a mistake was a driving force behind their most successful teams. Which actually got me thinking about how often we talk about psychological safety and mental health, but sadly, it is rarely truly understood or implemented in a way that makes a genuine difference. We spend hours at work, celebrating, solving problems, yet so many of us still feel afraid to voice our concerns. Think about it for a second. When's the last time you really truly felt safe to express your opinions or shortcomings at work? Hi, I'm Sanjeevani from Vantage Circle, and if you are wondering, how can I make my employees feel psychologically safe? You have come to the right place. Because today, I have 4 practical, impactful strategies to make your workplace a safe space for your employees. So, strategy number 1, lead with vulnerability. As a leader, you set the tone. If you want your team to feel psychologically safe, you need to lead with vulnerability. When you open up about your own mistakes, uncertainties, or challenges, you show your team that it's okay to be imperfect. In fact, it was observed that when leaders openly acknowledge their failures and shortcomings, they were 7.5 times more likely to gain and maintain trust from their employees. Therefore, start encouraging your managers to lead with vulnerability in team meetings. Ask your team leads to share their own challenges and the lessons learned from those experiences. Make this a regular practice, not just a one-time thing. And train your leaders to ask their teams, what lessons can we take from this situation to improve? Next up, strategy number 2. Encourage open dialogue and active listening. Creating a safe space isn't just about allowing people to speak. It's about actively listening when they do. You know that feeling when you're talking, but it feels like no one's listening. That's what undermines psychological safety more than anything. This is why you need to train your managers to prioritize active listening. Train them to give undivided attention during one-on-one check-ins and team meetings. Create a team practice where feedback is shared openly and constructively. And always ensure everyone is heard, whether they are a manager or a team member. Next up is strategy number 3. Normalize giving and receiving constructive feedback. Feedback isn't just about pointing out areas for improvement. It's about creating a culture of constructive dialogue where everyone feels like they can grow and develop without fear of retaliation or embarrassment. Ask your team leads to implement regular feedback sessions with their teams. This isn't just about annual reviews. This needs to be part of the day-to-day culture. Encourage the practice of providing positive feedback regularly and constructively, addressing challenges in a way that's focused on growth and not punishment. Last but definitely not the least, strategy number 4. Address toxicity immediately without tolerance. There's a dangerous myth that a little workplace toxicity is actually normal. That is just part of the grind. But the truth is, tolerating toxic behavior is the fastest way to erode psychological safety. Whether it's passive-aggressive comment, exclusionary behavior, or bullying, it needs to be addressed immediately. Your managers must learn to recognize and address toxic behaviors right away. Don't let issues slide or be swept under the rug. Set clear expectations for acceptable behavior and zero tolerance for toxicity. Encourage your leadership team to hold regular discussions about workplace conduct, ensuring that everyone knows toxic behaviors are not tolerated in your organization. At the end of the day, psychological safety isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. You can't build strong teams or drive innovation if your employees feel like they're walking on eggshells. Now, if you found this video insightful, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.